What's good, planet Earth? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Charlie and thank you for coming along for a video. Today I'm going to be taking a look at not only the trailer for the 2025 Bluecoats show, but a first look at the show itself. Now the show is called The Observer Effect, and to me, as a bit of a science nerd, that screams quantum mechanics, more specifically the dual slit experiment, where the act of observation or measurement, shall we say, changes the way that particles behave. That's what it says to me. If there is another observer effect that I am missing, well, I'm sure we'll find out, but someone let me know in the comments. So yeah, as I say, we're going to watch the trailer and then we're going to watch have a first look at the actual show. I'm so excited. Still can't believe I'm getting to watch this in person. But before we start, just a little segment on the sponsor of today's video. So this is going to be for anyone that really loves their music and is really looking to elevate their listening experience to the next level. The GoLink Max is a portable DAC, which stands for digital to analog converter. So it takes the digital signal from your device, whether it be your laptop, your phone or whatever, and turns it into an analog signal that can then be sent to your headphones. It has a 3.5mm and a 4.4mm balanced output. Balanced audio eliminates cross chatter between left and right channels, resulting in reduced noise and interference. This gives you a really crystal clear sound. The GoLink Max also enhances the dynamic range, giving you 6 decibels of additional range between the loudest and quietest moments. Now I'm going to level with you guys. The first time I plugged my headphones into this thing, I could not believe it. I put on Hans Zimmer Time and it was like I had never heard the song before. The soundstage is so wide, the imaging is amazing, so you can pick out every single sound and instrument. You can almost point to it in its place spatially. It is incredible, guys, and for the price, you're not going to find any greater enhancement to your listening experience than this. And whether you've got a more basic set of headphones or in-ear monitors or something a little more high-end like these, you're going to tell the difference. The link's in the description. Go and grab yourself one and hear music like you have never heard it before. And thank you to iFi for sponsoring this video. Let's get into it, and without further ado, let's go.
Wait up for me.
Okay, already that's almost definitely what it's about. Even just the visuals, you know, things changing very quickly, things breaking off into sort of particle like pieces. Let's just go back quickly. A little funny box with different colored glass on. Things popping in and out of existence. Okay, yeah, and that looks like a bit of a interference pattern, as you'd find in the double slit experiment. I'm not entirely sure. I feel like this is so obvious. I'm missing what the different colored glasses mean. Excuse me. But yeah, this is almost definitely about quantum mechanics. Yeah. So even there, that is just, again, that's like the particle going through both slits at the same time and splitting off into waves, and you find that if you don't know anything about this is going to seem like absolute gobbledygook to you. But basically, until a particle is observed going through one slit or the other, it goes through both, and creates an interference pattern on a detector on the other side, and basically the particles hit in multiple places at the same time, or the peaks of the wave hit the detector in certain places. It's to do with, I'm not going to get into freaking quantum mechanics here, but I love it. So the temptation to try and explain it is so real. But anyway, so this kind of depicts that, right? The particle going through, the black line being where I presume the dual split would be, and then it breaks off into many different possibilities, basically. Oh, so excited, man. Oh, look. No way. Okay, yes, that is exactly it. How funny, right? So you've got the Bluecoats shield on one side, and then you've got the interference pattern on the other side. So 100% this is what this is about. So you see you've got the waves emanating from 2 points on this vertical black line. That is exactly what happens when you fire particles of light or electrons, electrons should I say, at a double slit. It goes through both, and you find what happens is it creates waves. It goes through like a wave, not one single particle through one slit or the other. It goes through both as a wave. And how the waves behave on the other side is shown here. And how they interfere with each other is how you get the interference pattern on the detector, which would be to the right of these waves, right? So where they collide, you get a peak, and where they cancel out, you get a trough. And where they hit the detector, the peaks show up, right? Anyway, I'm doing exactly what I said I wouldn't, and trying to explain a really complex element of physics, right? Or quantum physics, which is ridiculous. But anyway, that is 100% what this is about, 100%.
State.
Yeah. That's so cool. Okay, so now we're going to take a first look at the actual Bluecoats 2025 show. I'm so freaking gassed for this. Let's take a look.
This is a dream state.
And now, I'm excited to introduce to you, for the first time, performing their program, The Observer Effect, your very own, undefeated, defending world champions, Canton Bluecoats.
Do you know what? This is so perfect as well. I can't believe this is the core that I'm getting to shadow. This is going to be my first experience of DCI, and it's this theme. I'm such a nerd for this stuff. This couldn't be more perfect. This couldn't be more perfect. Horn sounding super bright there. Okay, I've got a theory. Sorry, I'm going to try not to stop it too much. Do the different coloured glasses represent different ways of looking at stuff? Is that what it means? Maybe. That's the only thing I can think, because there isn't different coloured glass involved in the apparatus of the, and I'm thinking very literally here, in the apparatus of the double slit experiment. So I'm just wondering if it represents different viewpoints, different ways of looking at things, maybe. Sounding super sparkly and bright. That was interesting. The drums there. started off as a really sort of close flam, and then got further and further apart, like or like like that. Yeah, so it was actually on the beat to begin with. Oh, okay, it changes. Okay, yeah. Okay, it wasn't so much a flam. I just don't have the lingo. I don't have the knowledge to describe what they were doing there. But something like that. Very interesting. Such real complex polyrhythms. Okay, so what I see is a lot of themes here with sort of polyrhythms and stuff where something starts out like duh, 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 and then almost like when it goes through the two splits, just then you get a sonic representation of the sort of, not chaos, but like possibility. That's more like just everywhere, you know? Everything, everywhere, all the time. And so what I'm hearing is sonically a representation of what you see visually happening with, visual representations of the double slit experiment. But it's cool. Lots of really interesting polyrhythms, and the drill's wicked. There are some great lines coming forward, and this is going to be so much fun to watch. Again. collar guard looked great here. Woo! What a rich sound from the horn line. Yeah. Loved that with the actual drummer in the front ensemble finishing like almost like punctuating the end of the drum lines bit there. That was sick. This is very good. Could they win? Could they win for a second year in a row? This is very good. This is very good. I need to look up the music, I recognise that. Lovely, it's so delicate. Play, sir. Play. Again. Okay. I'm starting to realize what a lucky man I am. I'm so proud of these guys already. That was amazing. That was one of my favorite bits in any show so far. That was so cool. Okay, I've just had a thought. Maybe I understand what the what the concept is here. Obviously, I know where the concept comes from. As I say, quantum physics, double split, of course. But there's usually a double meaning, right? There's usually another layer to it, another facet, and I think I might understand. So if I'm right about the colors, the colored glass here, and how them being different outlooks, different ways of looking at things, and different ways that you can affect it, like if we make it more on a human level, right, rather than a scientific level, then maybe it's that your view, the way that you look at things, can affect the world in a certain way, right? And this very much gives unity, right? There's a lot of people, but there's bits everywhere, and there's different combinations of these boxes with different colored glass everywhere. And in the beginning, it seemed a little chaotic, right? You had, okay, where am I at? I want to check something here. 825. Remember 825? I probably won't. I just need to have a look at the original. Okay. Yeah, it was more, I don't know. To me, it seems like the colors are less mixed up. It's a bit more uniform. Maybe everything's in its pods, right? Whereas, what did I say? 825. 825. Now, I don't know. Maybe I'm reaching here, but it seems like everyone's together. It's sort of like a celebration. At the beginning, seemed a little more chaotic. Everything's all over the place. Is it saying, what I'm trying to get at, is it saying that if we can accept everyone's viewpoints and that they have value and that they can affect the world in different ways, it doesn't mean you have to see everything through one person's point of view. We can incorporate everyone's vision and let everyone affect the world in their own way and still have cohesion, right? Still get along together, still create beauty. That I got that purely off how it sounded, and then I put it together visually, and I might just be reaching here. I might be reaching massively. Someone tell me if I am. But that's what it's giving me anyway, which is beautiful and is definitely what the world needs right now. Again. I bet that sounds amazing in person. And I'm gonna find out. Oh my god! Again! That sounded oh, I would need a tissue so bad. Here we go. Excuse me for 1 second. That's better. That's better. The sound of the tubas. Listen. What is making that noise? Because the tubas weren't playing. There was a super low note. Is that just played? Is that like synthesized? Is that a sound that has been added, or is that an actual instrument playing on the field? Because the tubas aren't playing right now, and as far as I know, that's the lowest horn, right? But that's a super low note that's playing. Yeah, that. Someone let me know. That's amazing, man.
Of Mike Scott and Genevieve Geisler from Canton, Ohio, the Bluecoats.
Shout out Mike Scott. Oh my goodness. Whoa. I am blown away. I haven't even seen any of the other 2025 shows yet. And I think that looks like it could be a winning show. That was incredible. Incredible. Do you know what? I was in two minds as to whether I should watch specifically the Bluecoats show, because I'm going to be shadowing them on finals week. I was like, should I, or should I leave it to be a surprise? And actually, I as you can see, because here we are, I've decided that I think it would be good, because I'd like to see what changes, right? I'd like to see the progression and stick with the story, and rather than have it be a surprise. Not everything needs to be a first-time reaction, right? I need to get out of that mentality. So anyway, that's what I went with. I hope you agree. I'm so freaking excited. By the way, thank you to everyone who has donated to my GoFundMe. You guys are so awesome. This is only happening because of you guys. I now have my new camera gear. In fact, I'm shooting on it right now. I'm just so grateful. I've got my new camera that I'm going to be able to shoot this with. I've got my flights booked. Everything is booked. It's all happening, and it's all happening because of you guys. Okay, so just so I'm clear, I've got everything that I need now. I've got everything that I need. I have raised the GoFundMe from 5,000 to 6,000. In case anyone wants to contribute, there are a lot of things that I've missed out. I'm more than happy to pay for myself. I will save and whatever. You guys have done so much more than enough, and I'm so grateful. So if I don't get another penny on the GoFundMe, I will be perfectly happy, right? But in case anyone does, I have raised it to 6,000. There are always more things you can get, and certainly unforeseen expenses with having a more high-end camera that I didn't realize, but it's fine. As I say, if I don't get a penny more, I am so freaking grateful. Links in the description if you do want to get there, but I am happy to cover whatever else is needed from here on out. You guys have been absolutely amazing, and I'm so grateful. I'm getting a little bit emotional because it's been overwhelming. It's overwhelming, the generosity and how you guys have just taken me under your wing. You're so enthusiastic about me coming, and you know, I've got emails from people offering this and that and all sorts of amazing opportunities, and just being so freaking kind and generous. And this is got to be one of the best communities ever in any section of YouTube, or any section of anything. You guys are amazing, and I'm so grateful. You've just taken me under your wing, and you've propped me up, and you've made this happen, and you've been so enthusiastic about it. And I only hope that I can give back even a slice of what you've given me, because this is an amazing opportunity, and I promise you I won't squander it. We're going to make some amazing videos and get some great inside looks at what goes on, and you're going to get to see my first reaction to live shows, you know. So I hope it's everything that you dreamed, but this is happening because of you, and I'm so grateful. So thank you guys. Anyway, I really hope you enjoyed this video. I will see you in the next one, but until then, be kind to yourselves, love everyone, and take care. I freaking love you guys.